and starting to go live. You should get a thing it might say recording again. There we go. Yep, going to YouTube. There we go. Just want to so I can see the chat. So if you guys wanted to see the chat on YouTube, if people come, or you can wait to have me tell you if I see people come into the chat. Make this a little smaller here. Just wanted to see the chat on YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
Am I hearing it through your cameras? That was weird.
Yeah, I just had it on. Sorry, that was me.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Sorry.
what happened all of a sudden, but it wasn't happening before? That is so confusing. Yeah. But there's been weird, glitchy things today with the internet stuff. Okay, so there we go. We will keep YouTube open. So we're live on Zoom, recording and simulcasting on YouTube. It is the 12:12 Stargate. It is 12:31 Pacific time. As we get into this Stargate live, it is 12:12, the last Stargate of the year. Can you guys believe this is the last Stargate of the year?
No. Time moves so fast. It's incredible.
I know. Just incredible. These last few months, especially just October through mid-December has just been, I knew it was going to be, and boy, did that pan out. I was right. Like it went by so fast. And here we are, the last Stargate. And this month is a doozy. It is a doozy. More so, I mean, it is every single year, but this year more so than ever. And I talked about this a little bit in the full moon live on last Tuesday on Fireside, about how I got this big time or I think it was Tuesday, this big time download about the 1331 gate of Great Awakening, and that was so incredible and so awesome. The visions that I got, the channeling, the activations, and what I was guided to do to work with myself, my own energy, but also the collective, with the High Council and all the archangels and Mother Gaia. It was a really, I mean, I was just like in it going, I wish I could read, I was just in my bathtub. I put on that music I just told you about, and it just boom began. It was really, really cool. And the bottom line message is that for those of us who are awake, who are actively working with ourselves, our body, our energy, the environment, Gaia, our guides and guardians, all the way up to Mother, Father, God, and really doing what we're guided to do for ourselves, to for our evolution, to connect with our destinies, to be high vibe and healed and process our fears and deprogramming and doing that cycle again and again as needed. This portal that began with the full moon and really gets a major kick with the 12:12 gate starting today is all about major up leveling, like really cracking. I kept seeing, and I keep seeing again and again, this like cracking of the egg, having gone as far as you can, grow as far as you can grow in the shell that you're in, kind of thing, and that falling away and really hitting a new stage in your development, I guess you could say. And that's going to involve a lot more sensitivity energetically and psychically, spiritually, which is great, obviously. But as I remind all my clients all the time, don't expect to just get sensitive, extra sensitive on one side without getting extra sensitive on the other side. And Leticia, you've been through this a lot, right? Look at her. She's like,
yeah.
And you too, John. It's like the more you connect, the more you tune in, the more it's like you have to manage and handle and sort through and disconnect from and reassimilate to and adjust your world to what it is that you're changing into. That you can't change and remain in the same spaces and do the same things. It just does not work that way and have the same reactions to things. And that makes sense. It's just another story to actually experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it could be, anything. Like for me, think of an example, Leticia, but for me, an example would have been a couple years ago, I had a big leveling up, a big healing, a big releasement, a big detachment happen. And after that, I was so sensitive to being in proximity with other people, especially if they had, negative charges going on, especially if it was directed at me, and to the point of really causing like me to be nauseous. Like it was like the very next day I was in this situation. So it was really easy. I was super raw. And then at the same time, my sense of smell went really through the roof. It was already sensitive, but it was really super, super sensitive. I had to get used to that. And those were mostly the things that happened that was just like really, really, really noticeable. And there's all sorts of ways that your body and you and your energy can react to that extra sensitivity. Do you have an example, Leticia?
Yeah, also I was really surprised by that. Last week we just moved with work to a new office place, and yeah, I was really surprised how sensitive I reacted to the new environment.
That's a lot.
And yeah, and even it's funny now. I can laugh about it now, but when I arrived to my new desk, I had my mouse and my keyboard, and actually they were trying to recycle it. So I just a really, really old mouse, and it was really dirty, So, and what I experienced was because you mentioned the feeling nauseous, and I felt like it was really intense, and I had to, I tried first to just clean it, but then I was like, no, I can't work with it. I just had to exchange it, and it was just really, surprising for me I had to breathe, and it was just a whole adjustment process for 10-15 minutes to
interesting.
Just get there.
That is really but that makes sense. It's like that's something that maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, you wouldn't have registered a problem with, but now you do, because you're that much more sensitive. And there's other things you could do now, like channel and talk to Jesus. You couldn't do that a year ago either. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's both sides of the sensitivity comes into play. And that's the nature of the game. As we ascend, we become more energetically, spiritually, emotionally, even sensitive. more sensitive, and we can feel things, people, plant life, animals, air, energy, the environment, all sorts of stuff. We're more attuned in psychically when we're either in our wake state or our sleep states. And definitely if we're doing spirit walks and meditations, especially if we're doing plant medicine, mushrooms, and other, psychedelic type stuff, or just doing breath work, working with your third eye, anything like that. And especially if you're going to be connected and around other people, and that includes online, the online spaces that you can be on, and group things like this as well. I used to be a part of a group, and there would always be these meetings with at least, well, they could have been small, but they could be big too. And even if it was 3, 4, 5, 6 people, it would be a lot for me to process all these people, and being even online, that matters because we're sharing the same space. I'm looking at you, I'm hearing you, it's like, it doesn't matter if we're not in the same physical space, but yeah, if you are in the same physical space, then it's going to be a lot too. And so really think about that as we go through the rest of this month and the activations that are coming through. Again, you're going to be guided to, and also just experience things that are going to cause you to hit walls, hit blocks, hit road bumps and speed bumps that are going to trigger your fear. They're going to, push your boundaries, that are going to take you out of your comfort zone. But that's the point. Right now, it's just about these big steps. You could take a step at a time going up a staircase, or you could take them 3 or 4 at a time if you really want to. And that's like the kind of thing that's happening, is those big kind of steps as we move forward to the end of the year and starting the new year. A whole new cycle begins. And this year is we're ending it with this big great awakening gate between the 13th and the 31st. It's about disconnecting from the material matrix and connecting with the abundance matrix in a stronger, deeper way. That means deeper connection with Gaia, crystals, anything of plant life and nature, and all that sort of stuff for sure is a big part of it. And aside from that, we have the physical, like downloads, like the physical body is assimilating to all the light codes, the waves of light that are coming in from our star, from the sun. And and also the poles that are, the magnetic poles are shifting, and they've been shifting. So there's a lot of these processes energetically that are going on, that our bodies are being recalibrated to. So we have to really think about letting the body navigate your journey. Really listen to the body when you need to rest, when you're tired. Archangel Metatron was pretty explicitly strong, I would say, in his messages that I channeled for him the other day. I think he came on. Do you guys agree? I mean, he was pretty like, he doesn't hold back. Like, he was really, really strong. Capital letters, exclamation points. He had me do, as I did dictation for him, about this time period, about this great awakening. And today, this gate, he's going to be joining us. Well, he's here, but he's going to be joining us in the spirit walk. Here we'll do in a little bit. And just so adamant about it, because it's like, think about training for a marathon, and while the workouts and the training and whatever you do is really important, rest is also so important, so your body can rejuvenate. And in this case, it's even more so, because you're literally changing on all the levels. So there's this, I used the word gestation earlier. This gestation period of being in the egg is coming to an end. But before that, as we emerge, we're being upgraded. Things are being recalibrated. Like I talked about, fears, programmings, triggers, being pushed beyond your comfort zone. I'm being faced with new information to process, new levels of embodiment, of awareness and acceptance of your own self and your soul essence, your missions, your journeys, where you're meant to be, what's important, what to prioritize. All this kind of stuff is what is the is what all of this will affect. And the more that you listen to your body and close your eyes and lay down, go to sleep when you feel like it, or take a rest, take a break, whatever that means for you in whatever scenario. Same thing with eating. If your body is hungry, please eat. You might notice that you have a wide range of appetites coming up in the next few weeks, from ravenously hungry every couple hours to I have no appetite at all, and maybe I'll make a smoothie and that'll be that, or I'll have something really light, because the body is either going to be processing light and information, which uses a lot of energy, or it's going to be calibrating to that energy that it brought in which case that takes a lot. That also takes a lot of energy. And so the body will be like, okay, we're not going to use energy to digest, so we're going to turn down the appetite now. And so you may have a couple of days of that sort of thing, or even in a 1 day period, you may be like heavy hungry in the front end and no appetite in the back end. But whatever it is, just pay attention to it when it comes to that. Of course, a lot of water in any way you can get it, on you and in you. The more the better. Hotter the better when you can be in it. Please try to do at least a couple baths per week, if not more. If you could do them every day, that'd be fantastic. But as much as you can, to really help your body squeeze out what needs to go, to make room what needs to come in. Remember, this is about packets and encodements of information that is like your guidance system. Your operating guidance system is sending packets of information to file in your hard drive. So the clearer the system, the more well-rested the system, the more balanced energetically the system, the better it can bring in all of this information, and your whole body and system can acclimate and calibrate to it. So as you move forward, things are running smoothly. And as you're asking those questions and connecting spiritually and experiencing whatever it is new that's coming up to experience, you'll be in that flow. There won't be those blocks and feeling ungrounded or being confused and not feeling right and all of that kind of thing. So it's just about working with the mechanics of the body so you don't get glitches, because it's basically, it is very mechanical. I talk about it in terms that are mechanically sometimes, to really illustrate the mechanics of it. You are an organic life form, but your body runs on parameters of processes, just like any machine, basic or complex. You just happen to be like one of the most complex things around in this neck of the woods. But at the same time, what's cool is that while we're really complex beings, human beings are extremely complex, it's also pretty basic to once you get to a certain point of understanding, things, and really listening and acknowledging and assimilating to what's going on, the least resistance that you have in following where, you know, the river is taking you, the easier it is. Like almost super, super, super basic. Like, you know, I could write like 3 or 4 basic things to make things so much, you know, life so much easier, you know, once you get the hang of what it is you're doing, and starting from a point of clarity, of course, always helps. So anyway, so that's one side of it. For those of us who have awoken, what is going on? So we're really conscious, we can feel, and hopefully, you know, people know more. You know, that's what I'm here, getting the word out about all this stuff that I put out, so people can be aware of what's going on, even from the regular monthly Stargates. But it just happens to be that we have like a regular Stargate thing happening with timelines, and superimposed upon that, officially starting tomorrow on the 13th and going through the 31st, is this whole other awakening, great awakening, light gate coming in on top of it, using the regular Stargate to filter it in here at the end of the year. So it's extra by a lot. So we're going to feel it extra by a lot. So like I said, when pendulum swings this way, it swings that way, more sensitive this way, more sensitive that way. This time it's just going to be a lot. You might be feeling it more in the physical body. I know I have sore things getting sore that aren't usually sore, or not as much, or just noticing like just my body, like feeling the gravity, like feeling like the G force a little bit more, feeling like there's this subtle energy, like subtle work going on in my physical body that I'm not conscious of. So there's like this whole thing happening. I can definitely feel that in my sleep. So anyway, aside from that, we have the people who have yet to awoken, who are not conscious yet, not aware of the matrix, not aware of the whole woo thing going on this other side. They haven't crossed the threshold yet, but these gates, the 12 to 22 and the 13 through the 31st that are overlapping, along with the winter solstice on the 21st, the 22nd portal, and then the new moon. It's so much. All of this is going to, when we talk about those eggshells cracking, those babies haven't even, this is the first light they're gonna, you know, get really, and they're gonna be awakening. So this great awakening is talking about both the faction of souls who have been awoken in whatever degree that you happen to be, and then the ones that have been asleep. They are getting activated within this time period, to get conscious. Now, it doesn't mean that they're all going to wake up at the same time. That would be chaos. But they are going, you know, it's, you know, the bed's getting nudged, and, you know, people are, you know, it's happening. Like it's going to, and just by the eyes opening, if you will, the thing, the moment, the catalyst, whatever happens to everybody in their own unique journeys, in their own unique journey is there's like, you know, the rumbling, the earthquake that you know, in a certain period of time everybody's going to feel and react to in their own special way, is happening now. So all of that is, you know, individually, vibrations are going to be rising just by default. But then collectively, all of that by default, and some more than others, just depends on where everybody's at. And it's nothing to measure anyway, but it is just is what it is. And it's not the same for everybody. Obviously, growth is always an equation of many factors, I guess you could say. And, but it is all within this time period that's happening. So 2023 by default is a 7 year, that sevens, In numerology, point to divinity and the divine, of spiritually being very connected to your soul and spirituality, nature, mother, father, God, all that good stuff. That is the number of the year 2023. This year is a 6, next year is a 7. So this great awakening happening after this magical year of the 22s, the 22 every month, and the 22s, and all of the gates and all the portals and all the amazing work that we did this year connected to the 22. Again, the 6 is a gestating type of energy. If you look at a 6, it looks like a pregnant lady with their big belly ready to pop. The 7 is the connection from the heavens, from the upper worlds, that long line with the 7, and then the line that comes down, or the line that comes straight down to earth, this connection between heaven and earth. And that is the energy of 2023. So we're really getting ready. It's like the last bits of training before the new year begins. And we know by a factor of whatever it is for you, that 2022 has meant exponential growth in your life, in your journey, in your timeline, your ascension, your evolution. So the 7, the 23 is here to just, it's like we built the car in 22, and now the car gets to leave the garage in 23 and start to really move into the new world for all of us in a very different way. Because there's so many changes that happen during this gestational period. Foundations moving and things shifting to get it ready to now you have a different, again, operating systems, framework, programs deleted, programs installed, totally different set of circumstances, totally different you, totally different year. Boom, the Great Awakening. Like, it's all this big thing. So, which is super, super exciting, of course. I mean, this is like graduation day in the biggest sense of the word for when it comes to how Gaia is ascending and how we're ascending, how we're all evolving. So any questions or comments about any of that?
I can't wait for 2023 to come. It really feels like it's a preparation period, especially now, and and like training, kind of like training for a marathon. But I feel like the marathon will be really great in the sense of not feeling a little bit lighter, or approaching what I've been preparing for.
Yeah. Well, it feels like, it's kind of like I've been at, the starting line of the race. It's like, the gun's going to go off and you can start running now, the race, like you can go, and, you've been preparing all this time. Now it's time for it to actually begin. That's what came through. That's a good point. That's what came through for me a few days ago was, all of this work and preparations and changes and what you've been guided to do, and all of this stuff is really just the beginning.
Yeah.
And that was like, wow, you're right, it is just the beginning. I always have this vision, and Dawn and I share this vision of like, seeing like hiking up this huge mountain and thinking like, oh, I only have like 20 meters left to go or whatever. And then like you get to the top, and then once you're at the top, you're like, oh, I'm mistaken. There's this whole other mountain right here. I have to start, and it's like, yes, I've come a really long way, but wow, what that prepared me for is even more. So that's definitely the energy here. It's like, but it's like, if you thought this was far to go, and what has changed or has been accomplished in, so far, you can't even begin to fathom what's coming, kind of thing, and all in a good way, all good. It's like, think of your dreams and then imagine dreams coming true that you would never even be able to dream up to begin with by yourself, kind of thing. Prepare for that, like that kind of thing. And that's like, to me, it has a very exciting surprise party kind of energy.
Yeah.
Or like celebration is kind of like there's something coming, something big to look forward to that's going to be so good. And all of this, that kind of really anticipation, excitement.
Yeah.
And know that that's like this still, but it's not like, you prepare for a party and the party is like the celebration, but it's also the end. In this sense, it's not. It's like you prepare for this party, but the party is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very exciting, it's like graduation, but it's also a birth. It's that type, it's that type of energy, which really, really exciting. So I second that notion of can't wait for 2023. I'm really excited for 23 too. And so I think that's it. What about you, Dawn? Any thoughts on that?
No, just that, yes, there's another mountain, but so much more prepared to take on the next mountain because of climbing the first.
Yeah, 100%. That's such a good point. Yeah. And I think that's where the excitement comes from. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm like so much, like I've never been so centered and prepared and feeling, in this space. And
it's not like I've got to do this. It's like,
right. Exactly. Like, oh, I get to go higher. Like I thought this was the highest peak point I can, kind of go. And it's like, definitely not, like, kind of thing. When you get to that point, it's like another, like it just magically appears to take you on these other levels, and who knows what's on that peak and all of that. So yeah, I agree. It is very much, it's not trepidation that there's more, it's excitement that there's more. It's a lot of excitement, like a lot of like, oh, wait till you see this, like you thought you had a good view now, oh my god. And that and lastly, what I will say about these energies coming through, and we'll talk about it more on the winter solstice as well, because we'll be closer to that chunk of the magic coming in. But it is good to begin to think about it in terms it now, which is getting limitless in your mind, as far as what is possible, as far as dreaming and wishing and wanting for yourself, what you want to magnetize, your experience, that, whether it's material things that you need to help you, whether it's, even a home, a different job, whatever that it is. Sometimes it's good to be really specific, if that makes sense. Sometimes it's better to paint with a broad strokes, because you're leaving things really wide and open for the universe and your guides and guardians to help you sculpt your destiny without a lot of fine details in there to work around. But this is also a big component of this, is to be fearless and limitless in your perception for what you can magnetize and what you want to bring in, and really get into that energy big time. This started really coming through strongly with I believe it was the new moon where I channeled Archangel Michael, and he talked about wishes and writing a wish list. And so if this is sounding familiar, then it's coming from, that's really where that started to come through really strongly, was that. So if you didn't do it or you forgot, that was the new moon on the 23rd, where I channeled Archangel Michael, and he we worked with this beautiful sapphire egg, and he talked a lot about being limitless and fearless, and making a wish list and all of that. So have that in your mind about where you're going, and what it is you need in the future. I think Archangel, I'm being reminded, Archangel Metatron also talked about that in the channeling from the other day. He came through a lot and talked about how we're here to support you in what you need, to help you with whatever it is that you need to help you on your journey. So but we can only do so much for you without you really taking the time to sort through things and connect to the things that you want, or whether it's material things or experiences or whatever that it may be, and really think about it, meditate about it, write about it, connect to those things, go in your light gates or your eggs, and be in that. To your archangels, talk to your guardian angel, talk to Mother Gaia, talk to the elements, talk to the spirit animals, talk to the dragons and the unicorn and the mer and the galactics. And they are all, and we're all on your team and on your side to construct and give you what it is that you need and require. And the more that you hand us your wishes, the more that we can give you what those, let those materialize for you, and the more that you will feel faithful, because you'll see the results, and that will make every step for that you go further that much easier, because it takes a lot of the questions and the confusion and the doubts out of it. So, which should be easier with all the better sensitivity we're going to be getting too. So there's that. Okay, so I think that's it, you guys. Any questions on that side of it? And again, we will be getting into more of that as we, when we have our the winter solstice. Did you see, Leticia, that I did move it from the 22nd to the 21st?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay, yeah, that was because of this whole 1331 and all that download that I got. I was guided to change it to the beginning of those 3 pops instead of the middle of those 3 pops. So we're gonna contain or add in, I guess you could say, into that one live for the winter solstice. Also the 22, the 12/22/2022 portal, and the new moon is, we're going to get into all of that on the 21st. So I was telling Dawn, I'm like, I could do a live every day, but that's a lot for people. And we could do it all in one. So we'll be touching on all of those energies in that live and in that spirit walk. But I'm guided to just heads up on all of that. Start thinking in those terms, really think of like 12/31/2022 as a culmination of like all the holidays that you love, that you may get presents on, or gifts, and be celebrated, that's like, this is the last day, or the party getting into the new year, and what can come to you for that time and that celebration, which, by the way, I'm going to be live for the new year, New Year's Eve that day. That's going to be fun. Okay, so let's do some oracle. Let's do some oracle. Okay. I can grab it here. Hold on. I still have cards out from a couple, whatever it was ago. Remember when I got water twice?
That was a really good spirit walk.
What?
That was the most amazing spirit walk.
Yeah. That one was, we've had a few recently that have been really intense and mind-blowing. They've been really, like, ever since the Stargate, ever since 8/8, I think. It's been a rolling wave of really amazing spirit walks coming through. And
That's
a lot of changes happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That happened since the Lions Gate. Like that was no joke. No joke. Okay, so just give me a second here. Again, I'm feeling a couple of these. Okay, so I've got a few decks here, but we're gonna start with the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I want to make sure that I have all the cards because I tend to keep them out, so I will take pictures, etc., etc. And then sometimes they don't get back to where they're supposed to go. So let me put those in there. We're gonna start with the Mystical Shaman, and
I love that deck. And one day I will get it too.
oh, you don't have it? Yes, one day.
No.
Yeah, you will get it too, for sure. Sorry, just hearing a bunch of noise. I'm trying to figure out what that is. It's my neighbor. He must be shoveling snow.
Oh, so it does snow.
Yeah, we've got check it out. We see.
That's cool.
Is it gonna? Yeah, give it a second.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Everything's covered. Yeah, it's snowing right now. It seems. I mean, you can see the snow. See the snow coming down?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, it's been snowing for like maybe 4 hours now, 4 or 5 hours now, maybe longer. I've lost track of time.
Today it also started really heavy to snow here. So interesting.
Yep.
I had snow yesterday.
I love it. We're on the snow. So cool. Yeah, it looks so pretty. I love how quiet it is when it snows.
Yeah.
There's just this cool quiet. It's like, oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Love. You know what I'm talking about? The so quiet. Oh shit, it feels good. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like I'm hearing something. I'm like, what is this noise? What is because the world just kind of like just goes, oh, it's snowing. And then, maybe I don't have to be out and about doing things kind of. It's just so great. That's the one thing. I woke up to that today. I was like, is it snowing? It feels really quiet. It feels like snow quiet. And I swear I opened up the window expecting to see white. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Really excited. We had that like vibe, but it was coming. It was definitely coming. Yeah, I love that.
It's interesting. I had that too, I think, when I woke up today. I was like, I have a feeling, was it snowing? And then I looked outside and I also saw it. It's really interesting.
You did see snow or you didn't?
And I woke up and I felt also like, I thought, was it snowing? And it was maybe because it was a bit lighter, but it wasn't snowing actually. I looked outside the window and then I saw that snow was remaining on the ground. So I was right, but I also had that feeling. It's interesting when I woke up.
Yeah, for me, there was no snow. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I felt it as soon as I woke up, I was like, ooh.
Okay.
Is it snow? I go, oh, is it like snowing? And then, but it wasn't yet. It took it took like another like 7 hours for it to start snowing.
Okay.
But it felt it. Okay, so I think we're good here. I do want to give me a second. I'm gonna turn on my I don't know what happened. My music stopped.
Mhm.
Is that a beautiful horse on the microphone?
I think it's a
Wow.
unicorn.
Oh, a unicorn. Okay. Cool. It's all glittery up there in Infinity's place.
Yeah, we got about 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches of snow overnight here.
Okay.
Woke up to white world.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So cool. And does it snow usually at your place, or is
Yeah,
it something
snowed
special? Okay, okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. For I think this year it started really early here, and last year it was yeah, just very delayed. So I was very surprised because it started on the 1st of
Oh, I'm
December.
sorry.
Yeah.
Say that again. I'm so sorry. My internet went out for a second.
Ah, okay. No, I just said this year it started very early with snowing. I think it was on the 1st or on the 2nd of December, the first snow that we got.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Do you have to shovel a lot?
Yesterday a little bit because it wasn't really much. But yeah, I don't drive that much with the car, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't have to shovel a lot. And I live in an apartment, so I don't have a house where I have to shovel around.
Yeah, I don't have to shovel anything. It's awesome. I'm like,
Yeah.
bring it on. Like it's like never accumulates, like right where if I need to come in and come out, it naturally get like it's basically our little road. So they have to plow it. You know what I mean? I have like, there's like nothing there for me to do unless I wanted to shovel my yard, which I don't. I like to see it rising. I'm like, will it get above the picnic table? How high is it gonna go? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I love it. I love to see it. I hate it when they start shoveling it. I'm like, oh, I hate it. I love to see the street like covered, you know, before anybody drives on it and stuff. It's so pretty. Yeah.
I have the little dogs, so I have to shovel an area for them to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So they don't have to stand in the snow, the little babies. When I had Rosie, I would put on her little snow jacket to go outside. It was so cute. But yeah, because she had zero fat on that dog. So she was like, you blow on her, she's like, oh, cool. So it was like snowing, but over the years, she got really like, she toughened up. Like when we first got here, it was like, 40 degrees or whatever, there was no way she would go outside without a sweater. And then, in the last like year before she died, like that was nothing. She would just be like, she was fine. Like it had to, she like toughened up. It was pretty amazing. Actually, I was surprised how she did that. Okay, guys, let's get our first card. How are we feeling? You guys doing good?
Yeah.
Holding up okay, Leticia?
Yeah, I feel great. I'm surprised too.
Okay, good. Because it's almost 10:30 in Austria where she's at. So she's a trooper for being up late with us. Okay. So we're going to get some general messages about this Stargate and what to expect. The Stargate and beyond for the collective. So if you could just tune in with your guides and guardians and ask for the messages to come, that's going to help you and what they want us to receive. This is interesting. been guided to do something a little different here. Okay. Interesting. That was different. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle this again. That was really weird. Okay. Back to regular programming. I don't understand what that was about, but whatever. That was so weird. Okay, and one more. This one again. Okay, let's see. What did we end up with? 5 cards. Oh, right away, this card. Wow, that was fast. Oh, look at that. Card number 4, Beauty Way, with a lotus and a dragon, looks like a dragonfly and the full moon. Wow, this has a lot of components to this queen card that I got. I mean, similar with the moon there. See that? It's called Beauty Way. Beauty Way. That is so pretty. I've never seen this card before. So we're going to dive right into this card, Beauty Way. Card number 4. And that's the other thing too. I mean, I know this is this 12-12 Stargate, but I'm being reminded to, you know, the 13 and the 31 reduces to the 4. And so that's coming in here. So anyway, just thought I'd point that out. Let's see here. Beauty Way. The essence. Beauty Way is both a path that you travel on and a daily practice. The path is where you choose to perceive only beauty before you, behind you, and all around you as you journey through life. The practice is where you take action to bring beauty to every situation you are in. When things get ugly, you act to bring integrity and peace to the difficult encounter. When everyone else perceives only darkness, you point out the light and help uncover the hidden treasures. The invitation. The Beauty Way invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize the beauty inside yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look at the stars, and recognize the slumber that surrounds you. See the beauty in whatever situation you find yourself in, and you'll receive the lesson that life is teaching you in a kind and gentle way. And the medicine. So if things are, if this, technically, if I was to pull this card and it was in reverse, that would like point us straight to the medicine, like you need this medicine of this card. But this is just another way to, you know, just kind of take it as another thing to process about the medicine, about this card, the Beauty Way. So the medicine. So the first thing is the essence, the invitation, now the medicine. Stop trying to fix relationships that you believe are broken. Recognize that things are exactly as they need to be in this moment and acknowledge the inherent beauty in that. When you understand this, you will be able to bring about the change you want. Do not engage in gossip about the darkness and flaws of others. Be careful not to be seduced by the superficial beauty of a project or relationship you are toying with, unless you are willing to pay the price for it later. Okay, so I love this message so much. You know, it's not about not seeing things that are not pretty or that are, or not seeing ugly things, but it's about making a choice. You know, it's not about experience. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is about a choice. Like shit happens. What's your response? And what are you going to focus on? And how are you going to deal with it? And if you, like I say, there's always gold in every shit pile. There's going to be one. Like you have to, you know, like that's the only way to make anything, life in general, make sense and feel good about even things that are uncomfortable and no fun and hard to get through and shitty situations. It's like, how do I choose to see this, to see this situation? What do I choose to focus on? The bad, the ugly, the dark things that happen or people do or whatever, or what's better about that? Like if somebody, let's say, screws me over or, acts really shitty to me and they're gone from my life, I'm like, okay, well, good. Then that just frees up time and moving on, like it may bother me for a little bit, but I'll process it and see and decide. Like that's a really basic way to put it. But instead of like being, oh my God, I'm so distraught, this person's gone, how can I get them back? And what did I do? And all this whole thing, it's like, well, it is what it is for a reason. It's like that because it's meant to be that way. So see, maybe you wanted a certain outcome. You want like, oh, I desperately wanted this job. I want this job so badly. And you interview and you go through this and you prepare and then you don't get the job. And that could, you can process it as this really bad thing that happened, but it's probably a gift and you just need to see it that way. And once you see it that way, then something better is going to come along. It always does. How many times people have those stories? I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of those stories. This was going to happen. I got all upset, but then that didn't happen. Then this happened. It was even better. Like you hear that all the time. And it works out even better than that if you're expecting for the better and not so surprised by it anymore. Like I say, expect miracles. I expect magic and miracles. If this fell through, well, there's a reason for that because something better is coming. I don't know what, but I know that it will. And I expect it to happen. I expect, and I look for the beauty in the world. I expect the magic to happen, like that kind of energy. So with this, this really is, I guess the bottom line here. The beauty way it talks about, it says it's a path you travel on and a daily practice. We talk a lot about mastering your frequency. This is in the essence of that is like, if I'm beautiful, if I put out beautiful, if I see and witness beautiful, then my world is beautiful, kind of thing. That's the energy. This is what we're putting out there. So light will bring in more light kind of thing. So I love this, especially for this, what we're getting into here. Keep your perception, or remind yourself your experience and your perception is definitely a choice. There's choices there in our experience, for sure. Life doesn't happen to us. Our emotions don't just uncontrollably do what they do without us having something to do with that and allowing things to go one way or another, or intentionally doing something instead of another thing. We are very powerful and can control a lot. And one of those things we can control is our perception and how we see and what we put out into the world and how we process our environment. So one more time for Beauty Way. See that? It's hard to see these are really beautiful images on these cards, but they tend to be muted. So it's a little hard to see, but I will post these on my Vero. Okay. So that's that for, excuse me, for that one. Okay, we're going to do this one next. The Crystal Medicine Oracle. That's this guy.
I worked with it yesterday.
Oh yeah, this is the one that you have. Okay, yeah, this is a great oracle. I really like it. But both of these are my shamanic. I have these two shamanic decks that I'll be guided to work with together quite often. They have similar things going on, as we found with the water in the water the other day. Right? These are the two decks again. We're working with these two decks again. Okay. Let's see. 5 again. And I'm guided to that this middle card again. Ooh, it's snowing even more now. Big old fat flurries. Let's see what we have. Oh, I love this card. Another 4 with 31, card number 31, and transformation. And snake with sheen obsidian. And sheen obsidian is just like obsidian, except for it has this really beautiful sparkle to it, like glittery sparkle to it. It's absolutely beautiful. That's what sheen obsidian. So kind of like what they're showing us here, and that's obsidian, but it has this like golden glow to it. It's a really beautiful crystal. I have it in a dolphin sculpture, and I didn't know what sheen obsidian was before I found it. And I'm like, this is obsidian. I'm like, and the people, it was one of those stores that they have like a hodgepodge of things. That wasn't a crystal store. And I was like, is this obsidian? I'm like, it feels like obsidian, but it's got this thing. They're like, we don't know. They didn't know. And then I found out it was sheen obsidian. So anyway, sheen obsidian and transformation. Transformation. Wow. What do you know? We get the transformation card for the Stargate. Shocker. I've seen this card so many times. I love it. It's got the snake, that beautiful Ouroboros. I have a thing for that symbol. I'm wearing an Ouroboros ring right now. Why can't I find it? The pages that stick together are the numbered pages, and it's like, I don't know what the deal is with this book and why pages fall like that, but it drives me nuts. It makes it so hard as you're flipping through. Okay, so here we are. Transformation, card number 31 with snake and sheer obsidian. You have drawn this card today to highlight you are currently in the process of a powerful transformation. This energy is available to you at this time to expand and awaken something in your life to a new level of understanding, existence, and consciousness. And this can include you. It is a great opportunity for you to let go of things that don't serve your highest good and delve into a deeper sense of yourself. In these important times, life as you know it can be shaken up and you can be greatly challenged. Transformation is a huge part of personal growth and awakening and is not always comfortable. However, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the blessing. You are encouraged not to fight this process, but rather to allow it and surrender to its powerful medicine. Have you felt a deep stirring in your soul that things don't seem the same? Have you been guided to look at some old beliefs and patterns that are no longer serving you? Are the ways you used to do things not working for you anymore? Are you in a state of chaos and not sure what is happening? Have you been putting your energy into a new project and asking for guidance or a sign that this is the right path? Is any of this you? If so, the universe has heard your prayers and transition is at hand. Instead of viewing this current time in your life as frightening and negative, look at it as a powerful opportunity for positive change. It would be a great time for you to meditate and bring in some personal ritual that will inspire and keep you centered and balanced. Remember to seek assistance if things get too much for you, as there is huge power in asking for help. You're birthing a deeper part of yourself. So let go and enjoy the ride. And the medicine is snake. The spirit of the snake has been understood by the ancients as a powerful medicine to assist in times of transformation and healing. When snake shows up in your life, it is a true blessing and a sign that your life is undergoing a metamorphosis on many levels. At this time, you can review the old ways of being and make room for the new aspects to come on in and integrate fully and deeply. Snakes dislocate their jaws and swallow life whole. They also completely shed their skins and birth into a whole new body. They can teach us the sacred wisdom and knowledge of this potent transformation of letting go. Snake medicine also teaches us not to run from the pain, but to embrace it and transform it into power. Yes. Snake allows you to connect to the trauma held within your body and offers an opportunity to for deep healing to occur on emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical levels. Snake is also a symbol of power and connection to the Kundalini and life force energy of the universe. It's time to embrace the medicine of the snake. And Sheen Obsidian invokes states of transformation. It assists in the letting go process. It represents empowerment. Oh boy, I feel like I said all that stuff in the first half an hour. Right? I feel like I'm repeating myself with this card, but it's like, seriously, like I can't make this shit up. So transformations, anything just to highlight, just to illustrate, just to put an exclamation point on everything that I said. It's like validation. Listen to this woman. This is exactly like, I know what I'm talking about. It is transformational. It is big time transformational. It's not only transformational on the micro, but it's transformational on the macro and everything in between. There's a real paradigm shift happening within us individually and for the collective at this time. Really, like, the trigger's been pulled on this 12th day of the 12th month of this 2022. And I love snake energy so much. I have been obsessed with snakes since I was a baby. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but my mom would tell me, I don't remember this. I remember like when I was old enough to remember liking snakes, and eventually getting my own snake. But when I was a baby, she would take me in a stroller to the near, like, just, walking the neighborhood. And one of the stores in the neighborhood was a pet store. And there's this whole section of the glass cases with the snakes. And we would go, and it was like one of the first things, I guess, that you get to. And so we would come in the store, and I was in the stroller so I could see. I was like at eye level with them. And if my mom tried to roll us past the snakes, I would lose my shit. And she hated snakes. So she would just peace out. She'd be like, all right, I'm leaving you and I'm going in the store. And the people just were used to me just sitting there watching the snakes, and people would just they'd be like, what is she doing? Like, her mom can't move her, because if she does, she'll scream her head off because she doesn't want to, like, there's dogs and puppies, there's kittens and rabbits and all the cute stuff. And I'm like, oh, snake. Little baby watching snakes. I've been obsessed with snakes. I love them. I just can't get enough of snake energy. They are so amazing to me. And they just are. I just love them. So that energy of swallowing life whole, of being these amazing creatures that shed their skin and have this growth process, and is really what to think about, what to really bring in for yourself when it comes to this energy. Again, it talked about awakening and personal growth, and dropping fears, and not being afraid of the changes coming, to recognize, the questions that were asked, to recognize, if you feel this, it's like, it is like, I even said the rumbling, the earthquake. It really, that's like, it is that you can't not feel that. If it's happening and you can feel that within yourself, just know, like I felt it myself, and I've had so many clients just go like, I know, like this is happening to me. This thing is happening. I'm like, well, if you're talking to me, it's definitely happening. That's a clue. That's a really easy clue. If you're talking to me, it is going on. But this card is just a great energy to remind us, and tap in and, look up images or get yourself some Sheen Obsidian. It talks about making the transformational process easier, the letting go process easier. Because that's the thing, as we need to hold in new information and energy, we need to let go of the old. What doesn't belong there anymore, what the point is of this evolution, this constant out and in business. I release and I receive, I release and I receive. And we say that a lot in the spirit walks to remind ourselves, our bodies on all levels. When I release, I receive. The more we release, the more we receive. And that's just a simple physics, I guess. Okay, so let's see. We're doing anything else here? Any questions or comments about these cards, or this card or that card? Anything, you guys?
They're just so resonating. It's incredible. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's good. Okay, so I'm hearing one more with the sacred geometry, and that will be it. So this is the sacred geometry. That is a phoenix. That's also awesome. Rebirthing energy is the energy and the power of the phoenix. I love that.
I will be back in one moment while you're shuffling.
Sure. This deck is really big. These cards are humongous.
It's also a really cool deck.
Huh?
It's also a really cool deck and
really
comprehensive.
Cool deck. It's a really cool deck. I've never seen anybody have it. I can't even remember how I was guided to it, but the book, I love the book. I mean, it was like,
with an owl. That's
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And it's very comprehensive because it also talks about crystals and geometry. And
it's got a lot of shamanic. That's why I'll use these three decks a lot together, because it has a lot. It has like all the animal medicine, the crystal medicine, the elemental medicine, but also sacred geometry medicine, the different frequency medicine. It has all of that stuff. Yeah, it says sacred geometry, but it's so beyond that. It's so beyond sacred geometry. It's really, really cool. I mean, she talks about the sacred geometry of every card, but not every card is that necessarily. It can also be, she incorporates. It's just really cool the way she's created these. It's really, really cool.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think the last time you picked up a raven. I think it was a raven. I mean, there was a geometry symbol.
Yes,
also.
There's always some sacred geometry in with whatever else it is. Yeah. Exactly. And I believe that raven. Oh, that was the protection card. That was the protection. Okay, so getting into our last card, you guys, from Sacred Geometry Healing Cards Guidebook. Phoenix, she calls it the Phoenix Gateways. Let's see what we get. Okay, go this side, right side. Right side again. And right side again. Okay. Again, 5 cards. The third 5 we got, you guys. Okay, this one here. These cards are so intense. It's like they're, what do we get? Excuse me. Card number 37, fulfillment. That is such a cool card. I'm not sure that I ever have pulled this card before. Connection to the all, fulfillment. I don't think that I have. Card number 3.
I never saw it.
Yeah, I don't think that I have. I mean, I know that I've seen it, but I don't think I've ever pulled it. Like, you know, I think it just like I've accidentally seen it, but it has a lot going on here. Let me show it to you guys one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Michael's chiming in. This like it's not, it's this blue whatever this, I can't think of whatever that is actually called. We're gonna find out here in a second, but he just chimed in with like that could be your egg.
Oh,
You see how it's blue?
yeah.
Yeah. He just chimed in because I wouldn't have thought of that being an egg, but he did. I was like, oh yeah, that could be the egg because it's I can't remember what that is, but we'll find out here. Connect to the all. Loving is to learn as learning is to love. Page 100 and 101. Fulfillment is here to remind us to truly know love. It is about connection and reconnection to the all. It is to nourish and nurture every aspect of our being and to know that love starts from within, not from a partner or from our children. We must learn from our mistakes, run through hurdles, and suffer loss within our lifetimes. But in every crisis, there is a gift. These gifts are unique and sometimes profound in their meaning and are not to be taken lightly. Our aim is to learn and grow and ultimately spread our wisdom to our children and those willing to learn from us as they cross our paths. Sacred geometry. The image within this card is the rhombic triacontahedron. Wow, triacontahedron. It contains all 5 of the platonic solids and is made up of 30 pi diamond faces. It is a connection to all our ancient wisdoms and knowledge, our ability to one day find the connection to all sacred sites on our planet, which will fully connect us to the knowledge of the stars and planets and extraterrestrial beings, as above, so below. Practical application. Honor yourself as you walk your journey of self-discovery and self-fulfillment. Learn to smile and see each new day as a gift of how precious life is. Reawaken the ancient wisdoms that lie within our blueprint of creation, as we have all been here before and are relearning and reawakening to the beauty of what lies within and around us. Card numerology is 1. Crystal suggestions are rose quartz, moldavite, phenacite, and petalite. And I don't know, but it sounds really familiar to the transformation card that we just pulled in the other deck, doesn't it? Definitely. There is a lot. There is some real themes there. What were you going to say, Dawn?
I don't hear you.
You're muted.
Sorry, the dogs were barking. There's a lot of overlapping and interlocking.
Yeah, totally. Big time. Between beauty way, transformation, and fulfillment.
Yeah.
They said like beauty's like every, like it's, a gift. And I mean, it all talked about this, like this gift, basically. Like, I think the word gift was used in all of these cards. Yeah, and absolutely love that, because that really is what it is. It's a beautiful gift that's happening. I mean, perfect for, the holidays. Just in time, our gifts for the holidays is transformation and fulfillment. And it is absolutely, I love it. I love, love, love. Honor yourself as you walk your journey of self-discovery and self-fulfillment. What else is there? There's nothing greater. There's nothing more important. There's nothing higher to prioritize, because, and this is something I think that Archangel Metatron said in the channeling from the other day. You have to put yourself first. Feed the vessel. An empty vessel doesn't do anybody any good. So you have to maintain yourself to be the light worker, empath, healer, guide, whatever that you're meant to be first for yourself. And some may see it as selfish, I don't think being selfish is a bad thing necessarily all the time. I think it's good to think of yourself and go, no, I'm not going to do the usual bending over backwards or giving of my time, my energy, my space, my whatever that I shouldn't be giving right now. If it means changing plans, if it means not, whatever that it may be, then so be it. And some people may not like that, but that's just too bad. It's just too bad. I got to honor myself and, in the broad sense of things and in the daily practical sense of living on both counts. Like Leticia talked about earlier, with her mouse, she recognized I can't work with this without it affecting me negatively. I'm going to honor what I feel and I'm going to go get a new mouse, instead of going, no, it's fine, and pushing yourself through it. Like you could have done that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have easily just been like, oh, that's silly. It's fine. I cleaned it. It'll be fine. And not, or whatever. I mean, there's so many different scenarios, but when it comes to honoring yourself means taking how you feel and who you are seriously enough to live authentically from those emotions, from that guidance, from that set of directives that you're feeling for yourself, and not stuffing it, not making excuses, not telling yourself it's fine when it's not fine, and all of that. There's a fine line between powering through and doing, it's like, no, I'm gonna run the last eighth of a mile or whatever that it is. I'm gonna power through this. And there's a fine line between that and going, I'm gonna stop now. This is enough. And my body's telling me that I need to stop. There's a really fine line there that you are the only person who can answer that for you and know how to gauge that. So, I like that this has that kind of component to it as well, about really honoring and this fulfillment aspect of transformation. It's there is that part of it too. And I think that when we talked about earlier about this excitement is being fulfilled, right?
Yeah, it's also a learning process, because now that we're feeling this energy, or I feel this energy, and it's really I want to get there on the other side, and prepare myself as best as possible and do what I can do, but also on the other hand, I have to find that balance in order not to
burn out.
Really.
Yeah. Dawn is like, and that's like with me too. Like I'm such a workhorse. I take one day off a month. But that's because I'm, go, go, go. But then like it was on, I think it was Saturday or Sunday. I was just like, yeah, I was guided to just not work and not, to get off of the, we can't, it's really important to do that too. So we don't burn out, is to get off of the track, pull over, and do nothing. Sometimes just watch a movie that has nothing to do with this wild transformation, spiritual ascending business, and really just take take a break from, and recharge is super important, because we can be so eager to get to where we know we're meant to be, or where we're going, that we push ourselves really hard. And because I think we innately know as we awaken that what we have to do is really important. And so we take it really seriously. And for those of us who feel that and have this like agenda of doing, and that being a really big thing for us in our lives, it can definitely that can be out of balance in itself. And I can tend to do that. I can tend to be a workaholic for sure. And that's why, my commitment to myself for this month was more rest, going to sleep earlier, not putting things off as much as I can, because I can really put things off. I also, I think that there's a part of me, I'm not going to speak for anybody else, but there's a part of me, or there's a part in me that it's hard to describe exactly what it is, because I know it's a amalgamation of a lot of different things, but I've recognized this with me, that I kind of I'm not sure exactly how to put it, but there's something about like putting off pleasure, putting off, like, I'm not sure like how to put that. There is like this weird, like, masochistic thing where I'm like, it's okay. I'll go with that. I'm fine. Like, I'm going to put, it's like that. I don't know if it's because the payoff eventually, once I do have what, like that's like, oh, it's even better. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm okay with, putting off the feel good stuff to just go, 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 go. I'm not sure. I don't know how else to put that, but I'm trying, but I recognize that that's not an imbalanced state of being. And it's necessary to rein that in, and sometimes force yourself. It's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Right. Just because I can go straight, I could, if I could, I have a lot of energy, and I could be like, I'll just be up for 4 days straight and not sleep at all. Like, I could do that, doesn't mean I should do that, so it's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Don't push yourself into that. Sometimes it's like, that could be maybe there's some ego in there too. I can do it. I don't need it. I can go, there's some like battle going on there, it's like, sit down, take a break. No, I'll go, kind of thing. And we can do that with ourselves, even with our spirituality and our work in our spirituality too, because we're so like destination focused. Like, I need to finish this. I need to get there. I need to do that. And that could be big things or little things, but
actually, I also wanted to said it's not only with doing things in order to reach my goals, but also I see it in getting answers to what I want to know. And also here I find myself sometimes in an imbalance, because I want to understand more, and I need to, and I want to get to the answers faster, and and I also see the necessity to pace myself and to get a break, and to give my mind also a break. And
Right.
yeah.
Well, and here's the thing, you know, it's like the answers come through the journey. So you can't make it come faster. Time and the journey makes those answers come and sorts things out that you're confused about and gives you, you know what I mean? Like, so you can't, so it's like, it's that paradox of, you know, I'm here, but if I, you know, I feel like to get there, I need to know more, but I won't know more until I'm moving through to get through the process of getting there, you know, and that's where flow comes into to the state, to remember flow. If you're going with the flow, you're not either resisting or pushing to be ahead of where you're at. You're just happy where you're at.
Yeah.
And sometimes, again, sometimes that could be hard because you want to be done, you want to finish, you want to be, you know, at the next thing and the next thing. And I have a lot of that going on because there's so many like different projects and things that I want to get to and finish, but I'm constantly being reminded that just because you want to be done with your project, with the writing, with getting things, you know, done and published and whatever, you and I are both doing the same thing. That the extra time that we take to pace ourselves and to let, you know, if we are, you know, to, again, that fine line between like, am I avoiding? Am I procrastinating? Or are these things really important? These other things that I have to do too, because life doesn't shut down because you have a project, you know, like we have to maintain everything else, plus balance these things that we need to do. And again, I'm constantly reminded, like, just because you want to be done with it, doesn't mean you should be done with it yet. Doesn't mean you know, you just need to do the work that you're meant to do as you're guided to do it. And that's when you should be doing it. That's, you know, and wrap your head around that. You may want to be done by the 15th, but realistically, no, it's probably going to be more like the 30th, and to plan accordingly for that. Instead of being frustrated that it's not going to happen by the 15th, see that as, you know, the road just opened and wasn't so narrow, and you have some more freedom there to create without the pressure of hitting some deadline that, you know, especially if it's self-imposed. You know, because then you're creating that pressure that doesn't need to be there, you know, just because you want to be done by a certain time, you know. It's like, what's realistic? What's the process? What do you need to do to create? You also, especially if you're bringing stuff in, you're sorting stuff out and you're doing all that. And these things take time, and you can't, you know, you're not a machine. Yeah, you're not a machine. Okay, so anything else about all this business with the Oracle, the Beauty Way? Let's do a quick recap. Beauty Way. Remember, the path is beautiful, to be beautiful, the essence of beautiful, to perceive the world as beautiful, to forego negative thought and thinking and gossip and complaining, talking ill will to others, to notice the beauty in the world, notice your own self and your own beauty, honor yourself and your beauty and your body, no matter how old you are. So there we go with Beauty Way, just that essence. I love the essence of the lotus, just tapping into that beautiful lotus. And then we got transformation with the snake medicine, snake energy, letting go, opening up, swallowing life whole, knowing that through transformation, it will not be comfortable all the time. It will be a lot of adjustments and acclimating to, but we are birthing ourselves into a new body, a new framework, a new operating system, new perceptions, and all that good stuff. Letting go is kind of the big one with this, to let go of what no longer serves you, let go of fears and pains and illusions. Allow yourself to open up to the truth and what's real, what needs to come through to guide you through your next steps of transformation. But again, letting go is the big one with the overarching energy with this card. And then this with fulfillment. knowing that all of that brings us to a state of fulfillment, of being in this beautiful world, living in these lives of in a state of grace, of connectivity that we're meant to be, connecting to the all, connecting to the divine. And this card here, really, it's like I see it floating through 23. It's just like a state of being for 23. So really lock into this card, because that's what I'm, just if there's a theme, a phrase, or just the one word, fulfillment, just I'm in a state of that's where I'm going. State of flow and fulfillment, and really honoring the self and connecting to the all. And another thing with this card that's coming through right now is we connect to the all. This reminds me, again, like I said it several times in this live, more sensitive on one side means more sensitive on the other. It all is one thing of being of our abilities growing and all that stuff. Excuse me. So there's this energy here about the all, that connection to the all, and feeling more of the all, being aware more of the all and of everything, and how your energy vibrates out to all of creation, and what that resonance is, what that frequency is that you're sending out, is the echo and the vibrations of what comes back, and what you feel, and what is created in your world, and how you feel all of these things. So if we start with beauty way and seeing everything beautiful, as we move to the all, that's just like connecting this wonderful energy, really painting a picture for us. If we tap in with that teaching of everything being beautiful, then when we connect and we're sensitive, and we're more sensitive to what we're feeling, we're going to be feeling more of those higher vibrations. And that was the one thing that I'm not sure if I forgot to say. I mean, I said it in the other live, this whole thing with this great awakening thing, we're really tipping the scales on more positive vibrations in the world, more positive energy than negative energy. So it's another thing that's going to be here too. It's not going to just like happen like in an instant and all at once, but it is happening. And the more that you can tap into all of these energies, the more you're helping with this wave of the light coming in, the more positive charges for everybody. So as we heal one, we heal all. Your priority for yourself and your fulfillment and your transformation also puts that energy into the world. Make no mistake, if your focus is on your evolution, your healing, your transformation, and your fulfillment, those vibes are going to be felt and multiplied in the world, especially now it's like playing music in your house and turning up the volume. Your neighbor's going to hear that and might be like, "Ooh, she's playing some music," and start to dance, even though they didn't turn on that music. They're feeling the vibes and they're dancing now. Same thing. What you're doing in your home echoes out to the world, and it affects others. So keep that in mind, where your state of balance, your state of flow, your state of perception is, and how you process and how you assimilate and how you walk in this world definitely inspires and affects others, whether you're aware of it or not. Okay. Oh, wow. These are great cards. I love this. They're just like, again, perfect for what we're getting into. I absolutely love it. Anybody need to go potty before we do our spirit walk?
Yes, please.
Of course. Of course. I will be back here soon with you too. Let's go take a little potty break. Okay. I made my smoothie before the show and I didn't have like a single sip of it. I thought like, oh, I'll drink this during the show, but no, been drinking my water. Oh, I'll have it after. It smells so good. All right, you guys. I'm excited for this. I'm going to have some of my Ambi Sacha. Probably should have done this earlier, but thought I was going to wear. Picking up a vibration from something. Must be a car or a truck or something. It's crazy how sensitive I am. God. It's like, wow. Um, okay, I'm going to turn this down a little bit or off actually. Yes, I'm going to turn it off. That is better. Yeah, you can turn down the light of the screen in front of you so you don't have, or if you have a, well, it should do it anyway. And if you have a eye mask, use your eye mask to make things nice and dark. Pin the tail on the donkey style. Works too. And Leticia, if you wanted to turn off your camera while you're doing this, if that makes you feel better, you can do that too. You don't have to have your camera on. Same thing for you, Dawn. You don't have to have your camera on during the meditation unless you don't care. But if it bothers you, you can turn it off. All right. Okay, as always, some centering deep breaths here, connecting to your light gates. If you don't have a light gate, just connect with your sacred space, the space that you're in. If you're outdoors, just connect with the space that you're in and around. For those of you with light gates, connecting with either just by psychically connecting with those crystals of your light gate, or if you're actually near them or around or within the light gate itself, just connecting with those crystals. Taking a deep breath here, seeing them light up and connect to each other and then connect with you. And if you don't have a light gate, just connecting to all the crystals that you have, and everybody connecting to all the crystals that you have and all the crystals that you will have in your possession that are yours. They're like soulmates. They will find you. You will find each other when that is meant to happen. Whether they are small in jewelry or big pieces that you can just have on your shelf or your table, or the ones that you can pick up in your hands and hold. Think of all the different crystals that you have and will have and are connected to, and how each and every one of them are pieces of our Mother Gaia. They are encoded with your soul frequency to, like magnets, be drawn to each other. This is why when you see a crystal and you literally fall in love and you have to have it and you're guided to get it, it feels so good and so right because it's meant to be, no matter if you see it online or in person. And think about when you're gifted crystals, when people give you crystals, again, in jewelry or in pieces, and how wonderful and magical it is that they were guided to bring it to you. The last leg of the journey that this beautiful crystal had was somebody that you knew brought it to you. So think about all the crystals that you have and that you ever will have in the future. Open up to receive their magic, their beauty, their essence, and of course, how they connect you to Mother Gaia. Feeling a lot of heart opening energy here coming through. So if you're feeling that, tell your body to open up with it. It may want to like instinctually tighten up and resist because it's kind of like at first being hit in the chest a little bit, either from the inside out or the outside in, or both. Then it becomes a swirling opening. May feel a little lightheaded or woozy, even a little nauseous as this drops into your solar plexus. The heart opening, dropping into open the solar plexus. And then the root, and then the sacral, and then the root, kind of seeing it like a cone with that point of the V at the very bottom with that root. So we want to fill in that cone and just let this energy drop all the way down and then stop there at that V with the root and hold and contain this energy. We're not going to let it drop through. We're going to keep it within the abdomen or not the abdomen, the whole torso from the very bottom of your spinal column. And your spine is the root. And then we have the sacral right above it and right centered right below the navel. And then at the navel, we have your solar plexus. So filling up, dropping down the energy coming through from the heart, straight through the heart, as they say, straight to the heart. And then opening up the heart, telling the body to open up and receive all this energy, this beautiful, loving, intense crystalline energy that's coming in and absorbing the light of our star, our beautiful sun, through this Stargate, this 12-12 Stargate. The 12 and the 12 equal 3. And so we have a three of the triple threes going on because the 6 reduces down to 3s. So we have, actually there's more than 3, but we'll call it the triple 3, the triple triad with the 12, 12, 20, 22 number and activation code. So thinking of the beautiful 3, the divine number, and there's a lot of it's all I apologize, I'm getting kind of an influx of visions here, but the one that's really standing out would be the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine inner child. So once again, the divine feminine tapping in with the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine inner child. And truly, when we think about fulfillment and being fulfilled, it's really having these aspects in balance within us, especially living from that perfect balance of the two, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, as the divine inner child, and living from that state of play and passion and wonderment. So see yourself as an adorable little kid whether, however you may have looked or however you're coming through to that you look, you can just make yourself child size if you want, or you could look like a little kid, whatever works for you, but see yourself as this kid, you know, like 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. See yourself as this child. And this child is full of magic and wonder and authenticity and balance and love. This child feels and knows their divine counterparts and witnesses magic and knows that they are so loved and supported and guided, that you're never, ever fully in the dark. There's always light to guide you. So see yourself in a tunnel. See yourself where you have a light source with you. What is that light source? Is it a flashlight, a candle, a lighter, a torch, a lamp? So pay attention to this, what this light source is. But you have a light source with you, but you're in a tunnel and it's dark. The reflections in the tunnel are of crystals and minerals that the light that you have is reflecting. So take that all in as you're walking in this tunnel, and it's warm. It's it's a very comfortable tunnel. It feels good to be here. You feel like you are, and you are within Gaia, not just upon her, but within her. You can feel her all around you. This tunnel that you're in. There'll be energy from the crystals, all the different crystals that are coming out of this tunnel. There is a lovely breeze. So it's not stuffy here. It doesn't feel confined. And it's a pretty big tunnel. It's not like right above your head. It's a pretty big tunnel. You can lift your arms all the way around it. You can't reach the top, but you can see it well enough. It's not too big where it's hard to see the details of it. Pay attention to the crystals that you see, whether you know the names of them or not. And anything else that may be in this tunnel could be symbols, numbers, pictures, sayings, maps, tools, places. The important thing is to keep moving forward, experiencing the essence and the vibrations and how the crystals look as they're poking out of the cave. As we move further a little bit, we're going to see that now there's some crystals on the ground here, and you are permitted to pick them up and put them in your bag or your satchel, whatever type of a vessel that you have with you. Pay attention to what that looks like. Is it a basket? Is it a purse? Is it a satchel? What is it? Is it a cart? If you knew what you were doing. As you walk forward, you are able to, or maybe you have more than one, whatever it works for you. They're big, they're small, they're crystals for you. Remember, you were brought here and they were brought to you, so they're here for you. So as you move forward, know that these are gifts from Gaia and your guides and guardians, the crystals that you need with you to have, to integrate with. Know that these are crystals that are connected and magnetized to your very essence. Pick them up and put them in your vessels, or and you don't have to pick up every one, you know, just the ones that are there for you. Or if they're all there for you, pick them all up, whatever feels right. See them glowing. Some of them will glow. It'll be really obvious. Pick me up. I'm for you. We're meant for each other. It says to you as you see them, your eyes light up, your heart skips a beat. You're excited. Look at this beautiful crystal. This is mine. It's meant for me. Oh my goodness. Gifts from Gaia to help with your transformation, to help connect you, clear you, guide you, shield you. She feels your love right back and your gratitude. Know that for sure. This is like your crystals now, and all the crystals that you have and will ever have are literally like a walkie-talkie to Gaia, frequencies that are able to ways in which that you can receive from her and she can receive from you. Every single crystal you have makes it easier to connect with Gaia. Know that through and through. This is why we're obsessed with them. We love them. Not only are they beautiful, but they're pieces of our mother Gaia. She holds the essence of all our ancestors. Even if they were not our human ancestors and we had lives on other planets, she connects to the all. And she filters in those energies for us. Your body is crystalline. Well, it's carbon turning to crystalline more and more every day. Your crystalline body is reshaping and reforming itself into something different. Think about how the light, as you become crystalline too, continue to walk through the cave and continue to pick up your crystals and seeing whatever else is on the cave. But as you do this, you are connecting more and more. You're able to bring in more light, and think about how crystals reflect light, and you can they just come alive with light when light hits them, especially when you take them out into the sun. And when the sunlight hits the crystals, what does that look like? It's the best thing in the world. And that is what you are, a beautiful crystal. You know this if you have a light gate, you are that fifth crystal. You are the light gate. The light gate is you. With everything that was said earlier, with all the cards that we got that were all in this beautiful theme of rebirthing and transformation, fulfillment, and honoring of the self and becoming something different, and the changes that are happening and where it's taking us on our destiny, the essence and the energies of the crystals and how we connect and work with them in our wake state, how we have them in our homes, and how we handle them and talk to them and use them and put them on our bodies or connect with them, et cetera, et cetera. Medicine for us, pure medicine for us. As we go through these shifts and changes and rebirthing, they are going to help us, soothe us, guide us, stabilize us, open us up, connect us. So another influx of energy coming in here through the heart center. Please Pay attention to that, opening up the heart center. Taking nice, steady breaths here as we take a little pause here. We're collecting more of these crystals. They're connecting more to us. And so let's calibrate with this. Feeling the waves of light energy coming through, pushing out, helping push out and helping us release and let go. As we transform, we need to let go. So helping us purge and let go of energies, loosening up the body. So think of your energetic body, your physical body, your emotional and your mental bodies, and all of it together, loosening up, allowing for things to get loose and to release, to let go, either up or down. Either way works. So however you see this. And a little bit further, we'll go collecting crystals, not too far. We're approaching the end of the tunnel here where there's that light at the end of the tunnel. It's very bright. Just taking note and remembering the crystals that you collected. And just know some of these may materialize in your 3D world, or they may be reflections and echoes of these that you collected. So they may look different, but feel like the ones that you've collected. They may look completely different. So keep that in mind. And whether you're guided to really tap in and know what is really up to how you're guided. You might be for some, you might not be for others. It just might be good enough to know, oh, this is one of those crystals. This feels like that energy. And note that. And then some of them will be ones that will just remain in the ether, connected to you energetically. Just as strong, just as powerful, just as potent, just as intense as if they were really with you. But you can take it a step further. You can draw them, you can paint them, bring them into your real world. That is one thing you can do with the essence of the ones that you collected here that are meant to be energetic. You can help, you can do some alchemy and some magic and bring their essence in by creating some artwork. Or the other thing you can do is see if it is a crystal that you can easily find, you know the name of, you can look them up and maybe print out a photo that looks similar that can represent that, maybe until you can do some artwork. But the most potent thing would be to do your own artwork for your crystal, of course. So we are approaching the end of the tunnel here, just coming into this beautiful light. It's soft, it's comforting, it's not too intense. It doesn't hurt our eyes. It feels good. We want to walk into this light. And when we step through and we walk into this light, we're just in this like big, I guess, bubble of light, sphere of light. It may seem maybe even glass-like, but it could also be very misty or glowy, depending, or a combination, I suppose. But we're going to step through to a little bit towards the center here, and we'll notice coming through, we have all these beautiful energetic bodies, big, oblong, tall, energetic bodies, the beautiful archangels. And rainbow light reflecting in all directions. And there's like this wave of over superimposed crystal, like we're also in a, okay, we're also in a crystal. That's what it is. We're in a crystal. So when you look around from this, the glow of the archangels, it just reflects all this light all around this beautiful crystal. And this crystal is like a very light purple amethyst color, but light purple. Take a few deep breaths here and let your body absorb and acclimate to this energy of being in this crystal. Connecting with the essence of all the crystals that you collected on your way. And being reminded that all these crystals are going to help you stabilize, calibrate, integrate, assimilate the incoming energies of the Stargate that are in full effect now. Will continue to get stronger and connecting to more as we move forward with our month and throughout the Stargate. And in this beautiful, divine, sacred space within this crystal, within Gaia, with the archangels, please have a seat. See yourself in a large circle of other ascending souls. Maybe you know some of them. Soul family, ones you recognize and ones you don't, or it could just be figures of people without any distinctive characteristics representing these beautiful ascending souls. You see yourself in this circle. The archangels are in the center of the circle. All together, they are like one big ball of light, beautiful rainbow light connecting with the archangels. They are sending their divine love and healing vibes. Beautiful frequencies of the archangels. Tell your bodies to receive, to open up that heart center. If you can, please pay attention to your energetic wings. All this energy requires that your wings are active and open. So please check in with your wings if they're not, or if you're not sure, just think about the energy of your heart chakra. And this is the capacity of this energy center, is to bring in infinite amount of love energy and angelic energy, source, creator, mother, father, God energy but your physical body is another story. So we need to work with your energetic body to open up the energetic body to allow for the space to come in. So the channels to be open are at your shoulder blades, it's your upper back, right at your shoulder blades and your rhomboids. Open up those sections of your energetic body, tell your physical body to allow for this opening up and letting the heart chakra energy escape or release and unfold through those openings. And what comes out and unfurls are your energetic wings, and they can get quite large, and they can absorb and work with and transmute and intake, like I said, an infinite amount of energy. So please take a moment to check in with yourself and do that. See them big and open and out. See them from, kind of looking at them from being in the first person view and looking at them from being outside of yourself, what they look like, how big are they, what color are they? Are they glowing? Just make sure that they're open and just allowing for that energy of the heart chakra to release from the physical body, so we don't have anything getting blocked, because there can be too much of this for the physical body for sure. So we work with that energetic body to assist the physical body and to go to infinite capacity. Infinite capacity here. And see that for the other soul family members in the circle, they all have their wings open too. They may look different, but everybody's wings are out and open. Everybody's wings are blending into everybody else's wings. That's just the nature of how this goes. Our wings are way bigger than how we would be positioned. So we intermingle with that energy. And here in this space, this is only going to help us connect and unite with our soul family. So let that energy freely intermingle with your soul family members. And this wave of energy is going back and forth in this beautiful dance of light around the circle. All to you and then back out, and then all to you and then back out. And that's happening with everybody at the same time. So all to everybody at once and then back out. So tap in with that energy and letting your energy intermingle with your soul family members. Some of these people you already know in the physical in this timeline. Some of these people you do not know yet, but you're connecting with your soul family members, those alive and awake or waking up upon Gaia. Open your heart to receive. Part of your transformation and your fulfillment is to come in contact with more beautiful ascending souls, divine incarnates, just like you, on their journey through this very expansive time for Gaia. So looking forward to all the reunions in all the different ways that will happen. Opening up your heart, sending out the pulse of your soul song, your frequency, the highest vibe way that you can send it out, through love and intention and the essence of unifying as one, as the all. Know that the all is the ultimate fulfillment through the essence of the divine inner child. And Archangel Metatron is stepping through now and is separating himself from the group, coming closer to you. And he is sending out the essence of the Metatron's cube and the triclohedron that we saw earlier. At the same time, both of them containing the 5 platonic solids. And you are to absorb this energy through the heart center. He's just sending the essence again of the Metatron's cube. So you may see the Metatron's cube lit up golden or silver or rainbow in color, or any solid color, just depends on your experience. So please take note, but you will see the full Metatron's cube like coming like a 3D movie, like the essence and the picture vision of the Metatron's cube coming towards you, getting bigger as it comes towards you. It may be so big that it's as big as you, or it may just stay the size of your chest to absorb into that heart center. It may do both of these things. I'm seeing both of these things. And you're absorbing, connecting. The Metatron's cube also helps you with its divine sacred geometry, helps you all of the archangels. If you yourself are a angel or archangel incarnate, this will help assimilate and ground that awareness in to your physical, mental, and emotional bodies through this time of transformation and awareness. Take a deep breath here. Nice and slow, absorbing this energy, connecting with the Merkaba. The Merkaba is starting to tingle and wake up and emerge, kind of like coming out of a cage, like a birdie out of the cage, right out of the heart center. Merkaba starts to activate with this energy that Archangel Metatron is sending. Open up that cage, open up that heart center, and let it come out of the body like a little birdie coming out of the body, and just float there right in front of you. That's your Merkaba. It's your own unique, divine, and sacred geometry. If it's just a glowy thing, that's cool. If it's simple, that's cool. If you can't make it out, that's cool, but feel it. See it as this component, this fractal of your very essence, your soul fingerprint, the unique song and frequency, and that translates into this unique essence and geometry. It's unique not because so much of the way it looks, but because of its resonance and how it feels and the vibration. This is your soul essence. Feel it pure and true and light and beautiful. Unencumbered, unimpeded, unrestricted, unchained, free to vibrate, to send out that essence to all of creation. Let all of creation and Mother, Father, God, and everything know you are in a state of transformation, and you support the transformation of your soul brothers and sisters that you are here with in this beautiful circle within this amazing amethyst with all of these archangels in and within and upon Mother Gaia. You are here because you are what you are, and that is unique and beautiful and important and powerful and magical. See the ribbons of light that come from your Merkaba and go out in a 360, like a beautiful web, into the ether and all through creation. See it send out infinitely because there are no barriers. There's nothing to stop it. There's nothing stronger than it. Your pure soul essence. Letting the multiverse, all of creation, Mother, Father, God, and everything in between know that you are alive, awake, and intentional about rebirthing, transforming, evolving, fulfilling your destinies and mission as a divine incarnate in this lifetime. You magnetize to you everything that your soul, your timelines, your body, your life, your work, your play needs. Nothing is too much. Nothing is out of bounds. Nothing is impossible. Everything can come to you. See the infinite light and possibilities and magic streaming to you as you send your essence out. And take a deep breath. And send it out. And send it out and let it go and flow this infinite essence and light, boundaryless, going out and magnetizing to you everything. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is out of bounds. Nothing is beyond your wishes and your dreams. And even think of the things that you could not even begin to imagine coming to you, and all the essence of the support and the love and the guidance, the wealth, the prosperity, the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things of Gaia that will be delivered to you as you are meant to obtain them and have them and use them and have them be a part of your life, from plant essence and medicine to the crystals to the practical tools and gadgets and things even of that are of technology and electronics. They are all included, anything and everything. People, very people that are required, the souls and the soulmates, the soul family that are meant to come into your life, that are the gifts to your world, that will bring in so much healing and discovery, adventure, inspiration, creativity, exploration. Did I say that already? Exploration, adventure, love, and creativity, all of these things, the things we need to heal from, the things and ways that we need to help heal others. Also coming through now, the divine connections to our ancestors, to their wisdom, remembering that we are our own ancestors, the essence of our ancestors, their divine spirits, their souls are with us. On the full moon, we connected with them. They're here with us again. So you may be getting flashes of that, connecting with, again, the sun and the moon, and how Mother Gaia holds us all, past, present, and future. The timelines looping back and forth again in this divine web of light and life. Open up your heart and soul and body and timelines, the very space that you're in, your home, for all that is being sent to you, these infinite gifts of magic and light, abundance, connection to soul family, further and deeper connection to all of your guides and guardians. Most definitely your abilities to connect, to feel, to talk to communicate with, to walk with, to be with on both sides of the veil, and both levels of consciousness in your wake state or your sleep state. You are rising many, many, many levels within the next few days and weeks and months. Shortly, it will be the end of 2023, and we will be reminded of where we were at the end of 2022 and all that came to us, the gifts, the growth, the evolution, the creations that we were a part of, that we brought into the world. It begins now. The very essence of your soul taking a greater station and position of control in your life, your ego melting away ever so slowly. The need to know and control and be the human in charge will step aside slowly, as the divine essence of your soul will be able to step in to assimilate into your life, to upgrade you, to work from that framework, from those programs of your highest soul aspect, slowly but surely filling you up so you may embody yourself fully, ever ascending in this human life and timeline. We bring in the essence of the Trinity, of the triad, connecting our divinity to our bodies, to our soul, connecting this infinite loop and bringing them all together here, activating and integrating with the essence of these light codes coming in with this Stargate, superimposed with the 1331 that is beginning. So next up, Archangel Metatron is coming through with his gift integration for us to hold forever and always. This divine gift has the essence of the infinite Metatron's cube. And the reason why I say this infinite Metatron's cube is because this is very interesting integration. So bear with me here. It is a helmet. I don't know how else to put this, but it's this big sphere kind of helmet that would go right on our heads, and it is of rose quartz. but within the rose, like woven within the rose quartz are is gold. So like literally rose gold. I'm just now getting that. So he's like, yeah, get it, rose gold. So we have, but instead of like the way that you would normally think of rose gold, where the rose is the quartz and the gold is the gold. So woven within this, however that you may see that, there's gold in the rose quartz. Okay. So the gold is reflective of and reflecting the light, and really helps the rose quartz absorb that light and is extra potent. So it's this big round crystal. The Metatron's cube is etched all over this gold rose quartz crystal. And it's like infinitely, it's like it keeps replicating itself over and over. It's like it's not static and done. It just keeps on. It's like animation or something like that kind of thing. It just keeps on replicating itself on within the crystal and on the crystal. So it's like etched in the crystal, but it's the vibrations of the Metatron's cube is within that crystal. Anyhow, we're going to put that over our heads, and it's going to like lock and dock to our crystalline body. I'm hearing our crystalline body really starting to activate with the abundance matrix and activating our crystalline bodies. So it would be like the shell of the physical body. Think of it that way. Think the crystalline body is the shell of the physical body, or your skin is another way to put it. But that's being referred to as the crystalline body, because that's where you're absorbing the light from. Okay. So docking in with the crystalline body, connecting there, lighting up. So at first it's just kind of cloudy and bright. This is the activation, this rose quartz. I can't. This rose quartz, rose gold quartz. Might feel a little bit of heat, a little bit of pressure here on the top of your head, around your head. So as this is coming in and integrating, it's just slowly, it like clicked and docked, but it's like now integrating, absorbing in with all of the bodies. And as it does this a little bit more and more, the vision is going to get clear again. So just be patient here with this. Don't try to force it. If you're seeing that like kind of cloudy business going on, or if it's a little fuzzy in your vision as we're doing this, it will start to get clear again. This is to help your emotional and mental bodies stay in a state of grace and love, high vibes, in a state of beauty and seeing things beauty. So literally the phrase seeing out of rose-colored glasses might really makes sense here, because in essence, that is what the intention is here, to help us see through the lens of love and beauty. When you connect with the essence of rose quartz and gold, it has that sense of love and warmth and beauty and softness and all of that kind of high vibe business. So this is going to help us perceive and experience ourselves and the world and others through this lens, through these essences. Also really helping us to connect with sacred geometry, our own Merkabas, our soul song and frequency, the frequencies and the soul songs and the Merkabas of others, and as well as the archangels, of course, and all the divine beings that are meant to connect with you, communicate with you, for you to feel on both sides the veil and consciousness. And then as things start to get a little less cloudy, just feeling this energy drop down into the rest of the body, really integrating with this energy, not just on top, but through the whole body, feeling this energy, seeing this like rose quartz and gold essence going through the whole body. Again, the crystalline body, your skin, this would be superimposed over your skin. So pulling that through and connecting to and grounding this energy in with the entire body. Again, I'm seeing the threes representing love, that balance, the triad. You, mother, father, God, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, divine inner child, the upper, middle, and lower worlds. And lastly, the ascended masters coming in, really like a stream of light, kind of like, wow, they just docked the boat and here they come, all one after the other, the ascended masters coming in. Have the intention of connecting with them in both wake and dream state and astral state. They are our guides and our guardians as well. They have lived in the flesh, and they can help us with our transitions and transformations and connections, assimilations, dropping of the human aspect and allowing for deeper connections and embodiment with our highest aspects, our soul essence. Really embody our souls within these lifetimes to help us fully activate. So let that bring in, sink that in, ground that in, activate that with the body, feel that with your chakras all the way up and down and through and through. Again, the rose quartz and the gold and the light coming through, and your crystalline body being activated here. Remembering all the crystals that you are connected to, and that you are a crystal, and that Mother Gaia is sending her energy through all of the crystals, magnetizing the crystals that are meant to be in your life, connecting with the ones that you have now in your possession and the ones that are coming to you, small and large. Clearing you, stabilizing you, helping to balance you and connect you and open you up. Aside from being beautiful. And you are one of these beautiful crystals too. Think about the date, the Stargate, this beautiful end of 2022 and this last Stargate as we move forward, propelling into this surprise party that will be our lives, and witnessing the miraculous changes of those around us, and Gaia and how the world operates begins now. We are a part of that. Ground into that awareness, to that knowing you are alive and experiencing yourself in this timeline, because you are a major player in this mission of ascendance for Gaia and humanity. Acknowledge that, accept it, receive it, process it, know it through and true. It is the truth. No matter what you are, that is the truth. And one more time, really thinking about your energy, your Merkaba, your soul essence, your soul song frequency, and sending it out through the web of life, all through infinite time and space, all levels and layers and dimensions and realms and worlds of Gaia. You send out your soul song essence, your frequency, all the way through, infinitely held by Mother, Father, God. You stand before all of creation, declaring your transformation, your acceptance of yourself and your soul and your journey, and the faith that you have to go forward with all the power and sovereignty within you to receive, 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 receive infinitely, to let go of what you do not need easily, to drop fears and illusions and the stories that were implanted that are not yours and are not real and that are false, to reprogram with the truth and the power and the essence that is you and what you are meant to be in this divine incarnation. So be it, and so it is. I, Infinity Archangel Gabriel, speak for all the archangels present, Mother, Father, God, Gaia, and creation. You are so granted this beautiful wish to evolve and transform unimpeded infinitely. You are loved and supported. You are heard, and you are infinitely communicated with by the divine powers of all of creation. Open up and receive, and you shall. Magic is your essence, and magic is your birthright. So be it, and so it is. Deep breath, centering, grounding here, accepting, receiving, opening up, opening up. Like the 1,000-petaled lotus, the beautiful lotus. Think that lotus in that beauty way card. Just opening up, lighting up. And the lotus, remember, is grounded in the water and the mud, in the darkness, but also in the light, the water and the light, the earth and the air. Bring in that essence. Think of that. Archangel Metatron says, thank you for receiving. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being open and guided to receive, to listen to us, to be with us. We are with you always. More to come in the very near future. Messages, gifts, essences, and power for you. Please know and be excited for that. And lastly, remember that divine inner child. Happy, excited, looking forward to the future. So much awaits. So many gifts, so many things that are light and bright and happy and joyful and sparkled with magic and divinity and unity and soul family forever and always. Okay, that's it, my dear ones. Let's slowly get back into body, thinking about these wonderful gifts that we received, going through the tunnel, collecting the crystals, connecting with them in Gaia, being with and connecting with our soul family in that beautiful circle, and with all the archangels, the beautiful gift, the Merkaba energy integration with our the rose quartz and the gold activations, the integrations here. Just let's rewind everything, package it up. I know it was a lot. Let's start kind of vacuuming out in reverse, coming back into our world and dimension and body. You might feel a little heavy, a little floaty, a little tingly, a little sparkly. Hopefully you feel beautiful and fantastic. Just take yourself back to your body nice and slow, counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just breathing into the body, feeling the environment around you, moving slowly. You can take off your eye mask, open your eyes when you're ready. Don't push it and don't take in too much light too quickly. Those of you ladies that are here with me live, you can come back when you're ready. Wow. So if you're into sharing your experience, I would love to hear it, but I need to go potty first. So I will be right back. If you need to go to the bathroom, feel free to do it. Okay. How you doing, Dawn?
Good.
How was that for you? Hi, Leticia. How are you? So how are you guys? And do you want to share?
Yeah.
Anybody want to go first, or did you want to share, Dawn?
I'll listen.
Okay. Did you want to share, Leticia?
Yeah.
You don't have. I mean, you don't have to. I don't want to put you on the spot. If you don't want to, you don't. I don't want to. Nobody has to. You know. I'm always into listening. I'm always excited to listen, but I want you to feel pressure.
Yeah. No, it was really, really beautiful. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the main crystal that stood out for me to get here is one that I have had on my radar for a long time. It's a black moonstone as a crystal ball.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love it. And the crystal that was meant to stay in the ethereal was an amethyst, but with sharp, like like a shaped like a mountain.
A point.
A point, yeah, but you could say a point, yeah. And yeah, what else? After I came after the tunnel, it was so beautiful. I felt so light, really. It was incredible. When also the angels were around, it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when the Metatron's gift was also really a nice gift. The feeling that I had was, but more of pressure in the beginning and more heavy.
Yeah.
But it was really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It did. There was that pressure, that heaviness, like almost like you would expect something that, if it's gold and, and have like, it's like, wow, this thing's huge. Like, and it just like was very,
but
not a bad heavy, but you could feel the mass of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree.
And it changed then with the integrating process.
Yeah.
What else? It was just so beautiful, really.
I know. There was a lot. There's sometimes it's like there's a lot. It's like it's hard to remember.
Also connecting with all the other souls and with our wings and the energies. That was also really a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, that felt great. That was so nice, wasn't it? It was like, oh, wow. It was kind of like when everybody sings the same song perfectly. And, in a big group, you're like, wow, this is amazing. This energy, it just felt like that, like these waves of energy coming.
Waves. That's true.
Yeah, it was
exactly
really nice. I saw you nodding there, Dawn. Did you really feel that with the other souls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With the wings and the energy that was just all connected and going in ways to
that was really nice. Like, I love those soul family connection, those etheric soul family connection things. They're probably one of my favorite things to experience. Like, I love the integrations, the gifts that we get and the channelings and stuff, but those, like, whenever we have like these soul family connection things, it always feels so good to me. So it's like one of my favorite things when I see when that's happening. There's a real way to tap, to really tap in with that, to kind of tap in with that energy in future timelines and try to get all that going within us, so we're activating with all the souls that in those that circle specifically where people incarnate, people that are here upon Gaia and alive and everything. So that's a really potent energy to connect to, whether they're aware of it or not. We're connecting with them and they're feeling it on some level, and recognizing our vibration there with and having that remembrance. So whenever it is that we're meant to cross paths, that there's that real familiarity and comfort and kind of just recognition, I guess, is another thing to say to with that. So that was, I agree, that was awesome. And just that also, like, could you see that? Like, at first I was trying to figure out, like, I'm like, oh, we're in this big like amethyst crystal, like we're in this huge, like, that was really, could you feel that energy?
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
Yeah. It was actually like seeing a crystal that I have, and a really light amethyst, and that was what I envisioned.
Yeah, I have a couple like that too. It's like they're really light purple, very, very light purple. Yeah, and that's what it was showing me. Yeah, anything else stick out for you?
Yeah, also the integration with the Merkaba was also really beautiful, and the ascended masters helping to better integrate also with your soul essence. It was really beautiful. I can't think of another word, but wow.
Yeah, I agree. It was really like, it was just like, I'm like, oh, like after a while, I'm like, oh, so this is like all about crystals. And it was like, yeah, this is like heavy with the crystal energy, and which, oh God, I can just be in that forever, always, all the time. It feels so good. And you mix that with archangels and mother, father, God, and soul family. I mean, it's got like, oh my, it was just, yeah, but all start with that, the crystal energy and all the crystals and stuff. So there's definitely that surge of that energy, and just the message over and over and over again, feeling Gaia through the crystals, connecting to Gaia through the crystals, and knowing that the crystals are literally charged with what we need, and whether we're active and conscious of it or not, they're like these beautiful spiritual energetic computers that hold the information and the energy that we need. So I love that. I always love that message, because sometimes it's easy to forget that. So I always love that message. Anything else, you guys? How are you feeling overall? How do you feel, Dawn?
Really good.
Really good? Do you feel gooey?
I do. I felt like a heavy gooey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a caramel gooey. It's like,
Yeah,
I felt as I was coming out, I'm like, I could just like, I call it pancake. Like I just am like a pancake. It's like one of you, like this will probably be another one of those. I don't know about you guys, but I'll do these, I'll facilitate these and do this work. And at first, like I'm starving right now. I am so hungry. Are you guys starving? I am so hungry. I need food. And then after that, I'll be so tired and it'll be bye-bye.
Yeah.
I am leaving this space for who knows how long. It's like that. It may not happen tonight because there's a lot of energy going, but that happens a lot too. It's like you just, after all that integration, all that travel and all that connection, we need to replenish our energy and then power down.
Yeah.
Hopefully that shouldn't be too hard for you, because it's the middle of the night and it's still early for you. We have 1 minute till 3:33 here in the Pacific. It's 3:32 here. So I guess oh my God, my son is literally growling. I guess that's it for now, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, beautiful, lovely soul sisters. I love you so much.
Thank you. It was nice to see you, Leticia.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so nice to see you too. And actually here it's 0:33, so it's already the 13th. So happy birthday!
Thank you. Yes, it's 3:33. Yes, we'll connect to the 13th of tomorrow. That is my birthday. I'm actually doing another live tomorrow on Fireside, doing Tarot and Oracle giveaway. I'm super excited for that. That's going to be so much fun. But thank you so much for the happy birthday. I'm very excited about that. All right, you guys, 3:33. I guess it's time to go. I love you. I'll see you soon.